What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on LeBron James and this GOAT debate that's steady going on. It seems like it won't go away, right? Now, to me, I think what's going to happen is it's going to fizzle out after a while. And I've always said that I thought that LeBron James, what would pay off for LeBron James in the long run is the fact that if he do the work, if he had done the work on the court and developed his game, like Kobe did, like had that Kobe, that Mamba mentality, and put the kind of work in that Kobe put in, then that is the kind of work and the kind of effort that you can live, like reap the residuals off of after your career is over with. But LeBron James seems to think that as long as he get all these stats and he put himself in the record books all over the place, that like that's gonna pay off for him, like, and so, for some reason, like after his season or after his career is over with, that's gonna turn into, he's gonna be able to parlay that into other things, which I don't think is true. In my opinion, I think it's only going to hurt him after his NBA career is over with, because I think it's just going to make future business partners just make him look like he's a narcissist and somebody who's very selfish, right? But another thing I want to go into as far as LeBron James and this GOAT debate. Now, right now, LeBron James is really benefiting from this GOAT debate, right? He's I mean, because it just causes a lot of people to a lot of debate about it back and forth, whether you're a LeBron James fan or you're a Michael Jordan fan. It just causes a lot of debate. And so right now, while he's in the league, he's reaping the benefits from that. He, like I said in the title, he's laughing all the way to the bank. But his leverage is the fact that he is still in the league. And once he leave the league, he won't be able to cash in on this this GOAT debate. And this is the reason why. Like, I want to play some audio from this podcast, and it's going to talk about like how LeBron James' effect on the game while he's on the court, right? And this is what people are going to remember once LeBron James walk away from the court.
The Lakers have picked up a few strong wins lately, and LeBron James has looked sharp, which might make it seem like earlier criticism of his play was off base. But that's not the case. The argument was never that LeBron can't play. It's about how his impact shows up, or sometimes doesn't, in certain moments. Plus minus, while far from perfect, can be useful for high-minute, high-usage players on winning teams, which is why legends like Tim Duncan rank so highly in that stat, and why LeBron usually does too. The frustration comes from how LeBron's numbers dipped over the past 2 seasons despite the Lakers' regular season success. That context matters. In the game against Denver, the opening quarter turned into a shootout, with Luka Doncic scoring 16 early and the Nuggets firing on all cylinders. LeBron's first touches were rough, featuring turnovers, missed defensive assignments, and long stretches where the Lakers essentially played 4-on-5. Things improve in the second quarter when he set up a red-hot teammate for a quick scoring burst, hit a jumper, and threw down a clean dunk, showing his value as a playmaker. Still, the game highlighted why single-game plus-minus can be misleading, as LeBron's energy swung between costly mistakes and timely contributions, especially as the Nuggets continued to apply pressure and force tough decisions.
And see, this is what I think. LeBron, and I said this a few years ago, the longer LeBron James play in the league, the more he gets exposed, right? And these LeBron James pundits and LeBron James fans seem to think that don't nobody else really know about basketball, when it's not true. When he is on the court and he have to, he have to take breaks and he's not going hard and he's costing his team turnovers and he's missing defensive assignments and stuff like that. These are the lasting memories that will haunt him once his career is over with. Because even for his fans want to have something to look back on, some excuse me, some great moments to look back on, and be able to to reminisce about that. But because LeBron James has played so long, those type of memories are few and far between.
Jamal Murray was playing like a man possessed, completely in control and unfazed by the moment. Meanwhile, the broadcast seemed prepared for the worst, already lining up explanations in case the Lakers failed to rally and turn the game around.
You start to wonder, at what point does this altitude play a factor with the Lakers? You start to see some hands on hips. If you're the Lakers, that altitude, yes, kicking in.
The second half opened with a...
Let me address that, right? Because and that has been a common theme with LeBron James. There's always an excuse being made for LeBron James. Not just excuses, but he's also been allowed to throw other teammates under the bus, and people have said that LeBron James don't have enough help. Fans are not going to forget this, and like I said, by him being in the league right now, and this GOAT debate goes on, and he's able to go on to different, his podcasts, and Rich Paul is going on to his podcast, and they're saying basically what they want to say, right? And they're getting some pushback, but all of this will cease once he retires, because now fans don't have anything else but these memories, and he hasn't created, in my opinion, enough memories to where as though he's going to benefit, and fans are going to remember him fondly. They're going to remember all of this drama and chaos surrounding him when he left the league, and that's not really going to serve him well.
Familiar sight as the ball immediately found its way to LeBron. He barreled into Jamal Murray once more, forcing the action and narrowly avoiding another turnover. The shot was blocked, and while he did sprint back on defense, that effort didn't last long. Moments later, he raced to the other end, hunting easy points, only to give them right.
And see, that's it. People remember this. LeBron James, he plays in spurts. Then he hangs court. I mean, once his career over with, in my opinion, these are the memories that, I don't care, about the stats and all that. And most people don't care about the stats. LeBron James basically don't pass the eye test, right? And so when people get a chance to look at him and you analyze his game, and he's just out there stat padding, it's just really not a good look.
Act by losing track of Peyton Watson for an open look. The contrast was hard to miss. If that same urgency showed up consistently on defense, it could change the Lakers' identity. Instead, another breakdown followed, with Aaron Gordon slipping free in transition for a three as the deficit grew. Coming out of the timeout, though, Luka took over completely, dragging the Lakers back into the game almost by himself.
Doncic working on Jones in the lane, puts it up and through. Comes Doncic with 23. Toss up. Hey! Trailed by double figures. Toss up to Gordon. How about Doncic playing free set? Back to Doncic for three. Boom! Luka's been more aggressive. Doncic, another dime to Hayes. Lakers have Big Mo on their side now. They are the aggressors. They're getting to the basket.
It felt like a flashback to a younger LeBron. Only this time the energy was coming from Luka as he completely seized control of the game. And this is where the bigger point really comes into focus. When LeBron was off the floor, the Lakers' defense looked different. Everyone was active, talking, and locked in. You could see all five players moving together, tracking both the ball and their assignments. On back-to-back possessions, the effort and awareness were obvious, and the results made the case on their own.
Had an unsuccessful.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. These are the kind of plays that people are going to remember. And so this GOAT debate, right, in my opinion, it's just a temporary distraction. Once LeBron James step away from the game, they're going to remember these. And a lot of stats, like, you don't have to just look at the scoring stats and the a lot of stats that LeBron James have, like as far as his turnover stats, don't really paint LeBron James in a positive light. His stat was, as far as him, his championship record, that don't really paint him into a good light. So it's laugh now, in my opinion, laugh now, cry later when it comes to LeBron James being a part of that GOAT conversation and, getting a lot of attention. I just think that, it's basically like watching one of those reality shows. People just like to watch it just so they can see, who's going to crash out. And LeBron James, in my opinion, is crashing out. He took the easy way out throughout his career, and then once his career is over with, it'll all show. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.